What's up, y'all? I am finally here in the building. I've had a very long day, long weekend, but we just gonna hop right on into it. Let's listen to the intro because we got a lot to talk about. Let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force, yeah. Blessings we are reap and we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all from the life, man. But thank God for the journey that's to the plus. Yeah, gratitude is a must. Yeah, blessings all from our right hand. What's a toast to the friends that they club to be low one time. Sit down in a class and we pour that only see the road and we go on with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayreneeonline, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. All right, y'all. First and foremost, thank y'all so much for your patience today. I have been driving. So, quick story. I went to Lansing, Michigan this weekend for a step event to celebrate one of my master instructor for here in Maryland. And I flew into Detroit Airport, not knowing there was actually a Lansing airport. Had to get a rental car, drive an hour and a half to Lansing. It was a big mess. Okay. So drove there to my hotel. This is an overnight trip, by the way. Then had to drive back to all the way out there to the airport. Get home. I'm tired. Okay. A girl is tired and a girl is me. But nevertheless, I am in the building. Okay. I am in the building because we got some things to talk about. Because while I was traveling and on the airplane, okay, I got to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. And I got to see a lot of mixed emotions about that last scene with Kiki and Tisha, where a lot of people feel like Kiki was doing too much. And I'm inclined to say she was, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into it like we always do. All right. So let's get started. Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 21. Where there's smoke, there's Marsau, always in somebody's business. Okay. Kiki and Mel are still talking about this whole alleged threesome situation. And Kiki tells Mel that the boyfriend of the alleged, people are saying it's the makeup artist. I don't know, because they did these honking noises over people's names, child. I don't know who the hell they talking about, but somebody allegedly had a threesome with Marcel. Kiki telling Mel about it. The boyfriend got pissed and called Kiki so that Kiki can reveal the information to Tisha. The boyfriend even allegedly tried to reach out to Tisha. Okay. Kiki sets up some appointment to talk to Tisha about it. Tisha doesn't show up to this alleged meeting. And then Tisha doesn't get prompted or feel like she want to talk to Kiki about it until the boyfriend reaches out. She sees that the boyfriend of the alleged person that the threesome was had, okay, with Marcel, reaches out to her. And she turns it around on Kiki and says, are you putting this into play? Are you having these people reach out to me? Is this some scheme that you have set up? Okay. So why is it always somebody else's fault? If Marcel is allegedly out here doing stuff, okay, and I'm not saying this to say that she should automatically take it as law every time somebody say something, but here's where I have a problem. Kiki, You said that you didn't talk to Tisha. She didn't show up to this meeting. Tisha allegedly called you back and she's pissed off because she feels like you should have called her and said something to her. But then she's asking you about your involvement in the situation. This is y'all talking about it. This right here. This is y'all talking about it. So for me, that whole scene at the end didn't even have to happen. Listen, if she don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, okay, of information, that's on her. You can't be more concerned about this man out here embarrassing her in these streets than she is. It has been very well known that Tisha does not want to know what's going on. So you are wasting your good government breath to be sitting up here telling her anything. The girl doesn't care. She don't care. She doesn't care. Okay? So at this point, I get it. You are upset that you still upset that Tisha keeps on talking about you and your addiction and this, that, and the third. And, she's not moving the way that you would want her to move. So you not moving the way that she would like you to move. You just, both of y'all over here doing tit for tat. Who can piss each other off the most? And at the end of the day, y'all are cousins. Period. I think that Kiki genuinely, here's the reality. I think that Kiki genuinely has a problem. She's never forgiven Tisha for Tisha trying to cut her out of getting on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because truth be told, Mel would have rather Kiki and Amin to be on the show than Tisha and Marsau, in my opinion. I feel like she was closer to Kiki. I think that Kiki would have been in a higher standing than the Scotts for Mel. It is what it is. So now Kiki is just constantly taking it out on Tisha. I don't know if she feels like Tisha has somehow robbed her of what could have potentially happened in her life. And, maybe she could have bounced back from this addiction better than ever. Who knows what the reason is? But she is still mad at them for doing what they did to her because she feels like that is betrayal. You trying to embarrass me to my friends. I'm going through a tough time, but yet you putting it in contracts where you don't want nobody to talk about your marriage that is obviously struggling and suffering. So you can come on TV and talk about me, but I can't talk about your marriage. That don't make no sense. And if you think Carlos is not planting Kiki to do this stuff, you got another thing coming. That's my opinion. I feel like Carlos at this point knows that the viewers are sick and tired of the bullshit where it comes to the Scotts. You keep prancing on our TVs week after week after week, giving this weak WEAK storyline. Both of you. Both of y'all are giving weak storylines when there is so much more to offer in your real life. But y'all are putting it in contracts, but you allowing it, Carlos, putting it in contracts allegedly for you to not have to talk about your real life. So if you're not going to talk about your real life, I'm going to plant people around you that's going to make you do it. If y'all think that whole scene of Marsau and Tisha deliberately ignoring Kiki was not a scheme that Todd set up, you got another thing coming. They are upholding their contractual agreement. They're like, oh, we're not talking about it. You guys will always be in the dark with what we're doing. But we can get on here and talk about everybody else, but nobody can talk about us. Oh, no. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Tisha is a petulant child. Okay? She needs to grow up. But Kiki, let it burn like Usher. We all know what it is. Okay? The way that you're bringing it up, kudos to you. I'm glad that Kiki brought it up the way that she did with Mel. Now that last scene, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that when we get to it. Then they get into talking about Tisha and her copy and pasting Stormy's website. Now, let me tell y'all something. As a person that has developed my website that y'all go on, shayrenee.net. Let me go ahead and put this banner up along with that, my website information. shayrenee.net. I created the website myself. Okay. I did all the nuts and bolts. I took all the pictures of the products. I made all the products, the policies on the website. I did it all because I'm a small business. Okay. Now, I had an option of paying somebody to do my website, right? But when you pay somebody and you're doing their website, they're doing your website, you have to send them. I would have had to send them pictures. I would have had to send them verbiage for my, you have to pay them if they're going to do copywritten material for you, right? There's an extra fee associated with that. So my thing is, if I was to pay somebody to do my website, I'm going to, especially the policies, I'm going to go and read it. So Tisha was lying, and we're going to talk about that in that segment where she's talking to Marcel. She's talking about well, I paid the designer, the web designer, to do that. And so you mean to tell me the web designer of all people, he going to go to Stormy's website and copy her shit? Girl, you are Madam Copycat. You copy everything that Mel do. You copy Mel's outfits, her hair, you copy her business logo according to her. You copy everything from everybody, and now it's Stormy that you want to copy. You know, Tisha is just a person that just seems to be in constant mode of finding herself. She is in a constant state of a wayward way of life. She has been living in people's shadow for so long. You was living in Kiki's shadow when y'all were young. Kiki was the smart one. Kiki went to college first. Kiki got her all these different degrees first. Then you want to go and copy her and do that. Which is nothing wrong with that. Get your education, sis. But you are in a constant state of silent competition with other people, and they don't know that they're competing with you. You are in a constant state of trying to elevate yourself, but you're doing it in a way where it's not unique to you. You look at other people for the blueprint of your life. And that's why your SHI is effed up. Because you are not authentic. You're not authentically you. You and your husband are not authentic on this show. Y'all don't tell the truth. You don't tell the truth about anything that you do. And this website ain't no different. So you people sending Kiki messages talking about how Tisha website is copied from and pasted from Stormy website and this, that, and the third. And she don't know why this is that and the third. And even Mel confirmed, she's like, yeah, because she be copying me too and stuff. And this is all the Macy and Mila hair care products. Tisha, I want you to find your own thing. Find your own thing and do well at that. I have been consistently saying, Tisha, if you want to do this commercial brokerage stuff, you went and got your commercial real estate master's or PhD, whatever the heck you done went back to school and wasted your money on. Do that. Find your own lane. Stop trying to be everybody else because you're not successful in doing it. You're not. Moving on. Here we go with Maurice and Marcel. You know, I am really, really getting tired of the sex stories with Maurice and Kimmy. We don't care. Every episode when they're recapping, do y'all notice we always recap in the conversation with Kimmy and Maurice? What does that tell us? Y'all don't got shit else going on, and you gonna shove this we ain't fucking situation down our throat for the rest of the damn season. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn if y'all not having sex. Somebody actually commented on my page, and I'm gonna put this on the who said that video. somebody said, I hope you never get have cancer or whatever and have to do, because I called Kimmy in my previous video title. I said nobody cares about your dry puss. First of all, I want to apologize for that title, one, because it was in jest. It was made to be a parody of what was actually talked about in the video. The thing is, sometimes we say things to be eye-catching, but when you watch the video, you know that I am in no way making light of Kimmy and her illness and her strides that she's made with her health at all. And y'all know, whoever watches me all the time, you know that. What I'm saying is, by saying that, I still don't care about this sex storyline, because Kimmy, at the end of the day, we cannot care more about your health and how this is affecting you than you do with your husband. You are allowing him to walk around and say that this is just a mental thing. You are not drilling it in his head that I am sick, you dumb motherfucker. I'm sick. I barely made it. This is stage 4 that she was dealing with. Okay? She could have lost her life. And instead of y'all celebrating her life, you putting her down about how many times you can stick your raggedy ass peen inside of her. Unbelievable. And to the person that made that comment, watch my video. And don't be saying negative shit in my comments and you don't know me like that. You don't watch, obviously you don't watch my videos, and you don't know me as a person, because I would never, ever, ever say anything to be negative towards somebody's health or anything about them where it overall would affect their health. And if you've watched my videos, you will see that I have friends, more recently, 2 of them that I've lost to cancer. So I would never make light of that or any of the repercussions. So I just wanted to say that, y'all. Moving on. So Maurice is here getting this Jeep for Kimmy. Now, his reasoning behind getting this Jeep is just absolutely ridiculous. Okay? She's been asking you for this Jeep, much like her asking you for a honeymoon. You decide to do things for her when you want to do it. You didn't want to get the Jeep because you felt like she should have had a Maybach or something more luxurious. Get this lady what she asked for. That's the problem. You so busy doing what you want to do. You're not listening to your wife. You're not listening to what she's saying about her health. You're not listening to what she wanted to do as far as a honeymoon, saying that you working too much. You're not spending enough time with her. You're not listening when she tells you that you're not ready to take care of Monster, your son. You're not listening when she tells you what kind of car she wants. You don't fucking listen. That's your problem. You want to do whatever you want to do. You're not listening when she said that she doesn't want to be a full-time entrepreneur and she wants to continue to be a nurse. She wants to sell real estate. Now she wants to do this thing where now she's helping people to do the closing information. She wants to do closing business now. You don't listen. You only want to do things when you feel like you can take over the idea or it's going to benefit you. I am really, really sick and tired of Maurice. So now then you even take another little jab. You say, yeah, Marcel walks up. You got your back brace on, okay? Because you got a back problem, obviously, because if you wearing this brace, something wrong with you. You tell him, yeah, I'm getting her this Jeep, and she wanted the Jeep because she wants the wind to blow in her hair. But I'm just like, hey, you really ain't got no hair right now. So it's like, okay, but now that your hair is growing back, now I'll get the car because this is when I want you to have it. It's all about you. Her life flashing before her eyes her sitting in chemotherapy, her going through radiation, her losing her hair, her having so many changes in her life and her body, and wondering what the rest of her life is going to look like, somehow is all about you. Unfucking believable. I've never seen two people that are so consumed with themselves, with like Marceau and Maurice. You know, really, Maurice has hidden behind Marceau and his shenanigans for so long. I'm inclined to think that Maurice is worse. I just think that Marceau is more outwardly vocal about it. This is just absolutely insane and ridiculous. It really, really is. And I just feel like at the end of the day, Maurice needs to learn to listen to his wife and stop listening to his dick. Because that seemed to be the only thing he seems to like to think with. So then he further goes into the fact that they're not having sex enough. So he's talking about them not having sex enough, telling Marceau about it. And Marceau is like, well, how many times a month are y'all having sex? And he's like, man, you know, we were doing it like 3 to 4 times a week or something like that. And Marceau was like, nigga, what? I'd be happy to get it two times a month, 2 to 3 times a month. And Maurice is like, well, you know, that's not enough for me. Like, I can't adjust. I feel like this is just very mental with Kimmy. It's ridiculous. And Marceau is like, that's just like somebody telling you that back brace that you have on, your back really isn't hurting. Take it off and do some jumping jacks. You're not in pain. Maurice takes the back brace off and says, I'll do the jumping jacks if I can get some ass. That lets me know with that response right there, you seem to act like in the confessional you understood what was being said. You didn't understand the assignment. Your brother was trying to help you find a way to stop sounding like an asshole. And he gave you the blueprint to having remorse, having some care for your wife. Show your heart in this moment. But you continue to show your dick. That obviously ain't worth shit, because Kimmy got to be going, her friend giving her dildos and creams and shit. Knock it off, Maurice. And I don't want to see no more of this, okay? Now he wants to sit up here talking about some, yeah, I guess, you know, now that Marcel put it that way, I understand. No, the fuck you don't. Because watch what's going to happen next week. We're going to see that same fucking preview of them being at the damn park, riding on the bike, talking about their fucking sex life. If I see that preview one more goddamn time, because that's an indication that that's what they're going to talk about, I'm going to continue to fast forward through their scenes, and we just not even going to talk about them. Because I'm tired of them getting away scot-free. No pun intended. Okay, moving on. Then they go into talking about the cookout. They're going to have Maurice is going to have a cookout because he wants to show, you know, surprise Kimmy with this Jeep. So he, you know, they're having a cookout. She just wants to have people over, and she doesn't know that he's actually going to surprise her with this Jeep that she's been asking for. So then he talks about Marceau. Maurice talks about Marceau getting smart with Stormy and Courtney at the thing, and how he was just being a jackass a little bit. And Marceau goes on to say, well, I don't really care about Stormy and Courtney because, you know, I'm just going to treat them like I did I don't really, they're not my cup of tea. They're not my friends. And, you know, I didn't know them. I'm going to treat them like I did last year. Like I didn't know them. I don't know them. I'm like, you know what? You want to do to hit the Mariah Carey. Oh, I don't know them. I don't know them. Or the Kiki Palmer. Sorry to this man. I don't know you. Boy, if you think that Stormy and Courtney give a damn about you not knowing them, or caring about you not wanting to be around them, or not caring about them being in the building, I'm pretty sure they're fine. They're okay with not being associated with the likes of you. Okay? Knock it off, Marcel. I don't know who the hell told this man that his shit don't stink. But lean a little bit closer because roses really smell like boo boo boo. Okay? Shout out to Outkast. Get a life, Marcel. Get a life. Because Stormy and Courtney don't give a damn about you at the end of the day. Moving on, we go to Stormy and Courtney. They talk about her having strep throat that turned into a sepsis alert and toxic shock syndrome. I thought the TSS was the thing that they warned you on the back of the label of the tampons, honey. That sounds serious because them side effects, child, that made me not want to wear the tampons no more. But that's another damn story. So she had that, okay? She talks about Kiki reaching out to her when she was sick and how she really likes Kiki. Then Courtney jokes about Stormy calling Kiki Darkwing Duck. Okay, Stormy, you try to make a funny. Try to make a little funny there. Okay. All right. Moving on. So then they talk about Tisha copying her website information and her shipping information. And so basically, from what I heard Stormy say, this wasn't something that she authorized. Stormy even starts to go into, and me, like I just told y'all at the beginning of the video, as a business owner, Stormy made her own website when she first started out. So everything that was on the website, she put it up there herself. And over time, she's had help as she's grown and developed, and people have looked over things and helped her with things that she's developed. But she always would look over the website before presenting it to the public to make sure that it was up to her standards. So she didn't understand how Tisha could make such a big mistake. She's like, well, if she had made her own website, then she could have went on in there and easily made the change. So she was basically alluding to the fact that Tisha just kind of dropped it in somebody else's lap, gave them all the copywritten material to put on the websites for them to make it look cute and design it, but you didn't check anything out. You basically copy and paste the homegirl's website. But then riddle me this, Batman. Last season, I remember, and I thought I had a picture of it here because I did have a picture. Let me see if I have it. But last season, I might have deleted it. Last season, she was relabeling Canvas Beauty products. So, girl, what? When are you ever going to have an original idea, Miss Ma'am? It's really ridiculous. It's getting kind of hectic, okay? You want to do these businesses with your daughters, which granted, that's amazing. The daughters have really nice, beautiful hair. Beautiful head full of hair. I think, black hair is beautiful. It's amazing. And it should be celebrated. I love that people are developing things that are helping us with our hair. However, Marsau said that somebody was throwing businesses at the wall and seeing what sticks. Looks like that's what you guys are doing. Because you threw this at the wall. You threw this on the website. And it ain't stick. Because you got caught. You see, the problem is, it's your fault. You sent the person that was developing your website this stuff. You did it. You went on, instead of you sitting down, using all those degrees that you got, and writing out an actual statement for yourself and sending it to the person, or paying the guy or gal, whoever you paid to do this website, to create some verbiage for you with your cheap ass, you decide, oh, I'm just going to go and copy and paste my girl Stormy stuff. And my thing is, why wouldn't you think that her information was somewhere housed in there? You didn't even take the time to read the shit and proofread it. I mean, hell, change some of the damn words. You got damn Carmen Sandiego watching you every day. The people that watch this show, it's a lot of sleuths that watch this show. They on your ass, baby. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough to keep these people off the Scott's ass, baby. Okay? They are watching everything that you do. So I don't know why you thought that was going to fly. I really don't understand why you thought it was going to fly. So now, I really didn't understand the crocodile tears with her in that scene with Marcel, but we'll get into that when we get to it. So Stormy is talking about that. Obviously, she didn't give Tisha the okay. And in this scene, I feel like they're not actually business partners. I don't think Stormy is helping Tisha with her business at all. I think that Tisha, again, is copying somebody. This time it's Stormy. And she's going through all these avenues of trying to create these hair care products on her own. And Stormy is saying in this moment, if she needed help, I would have helped her. All she has to do is ask me. I love doing stuff like that. This was Stormy's scene to let the public know I'm not associated with the Macy and Mila product line. So all of y'all out here that's saying that Stormy and Tisha's relationship is she's trying to be friends with Stormy because she's on under her product line. Y'all can go ahead and get rid of that storyline right there because that's not the case according to this scene with Stormy. They're not in business together. Or they could be playing in our face and be in business together. And this could be a whole scheme that they done set up to be arguing with each other and shit. And they ain't really got no problem with each other. Who freaking knows? Who knows? Who knows? But at the end of the day, right now, Stormy's stance is the bitch copying me and I don't like it. Okay? So moving on, they talk about this cookout. And she's like, yeah, we're going to this cookout that the Scotts are having or whatever, Maurice and Kimmy. You gonna come with me to the cookout? And Courtney was like, negative. I'm not going to no barbecue. I'm not doing any of that. And Stormy was like, you can't have me go to this barbecue by myself. And he's like, I absolutely can. I absolutely can. I don't want to hang out with these people. Okay. And good for you, Courtney. Good for you, because Courtney at this point is like, I'm not about to just be sitting around no mess just for the sake of sitting in it. Like, I don't have to do this. I'm a multimillionaire. I don't have to be sitting around with these people and talking crap and getting into drama with them. I got better things to do. I have product to push and move. Okay. Courtney strikes me as a OG uh neighborhood pusher, but in his mind, he has redeveloped their hair care products as the product of choice that he's pushing now legally. That's in my head, in my opinion. That's how I think of Courtney. But Courtney is a rider, and he is not going to be riding for the BS. He's going to do what he need to do. He's going to stay home and mind his business because he don't need that. He don't need the drama with Marcel. And frankly, it's not entertaining for him. I don't know why Stormy finds it entertaining, but moving on. She want to be famous so bad. In the next scene, Tisha is at the construction place. They have yet another construction site that is not complete that the Scotts are filming in. The only construction site to date that we have seen them film in that has been completed is Black. Period. Y'all drop down in the comments if there's anything else that you've seen that we have seen them develop that actually has been finished other than Black. I'll wait. Let me know. Because I'm open to being, wrong if I am. Okay. So they standing in there talking about, all the things that they're going to do for this brokerage that she's putting together. Which, what happened to your cousin that you asked to be a real estate agent last season? Where is she? Is she selling any houses? Are y'all signing deals at the local Starbucks that you've been using as an office because your husband that you own 85% of the business kicked you out? Oh, y'all are full of shit. That's what y'all are. You over here again. You talking about people throwing businesses at the wall and something sticking. Y'all seem to be doing anything to scrounge for a piece of change. You want to do this Black bet on Black. You want to do the Expo. Okay, well, shout out to Mel, because Mel, you funny as hell. She's y'all notice how Mel, when she was talking to Kiki in that first scene, she said, and the Stormy and Tisha were having an issue in that Expo meeting. The Expo. I'm like, you over there making fun of the fact that Tisha keeps saying Expo, but she was saying it correctly and enunciating it overly correctly. Mel is a fool. But moving on, she's talking about this office that they're putting together. Then they talk about this barbershop. Now, there's another content creator that I will remain nameless that was reporting on this barbershop stuff. Okay. And apparently had some recordings of the barbershop per owner and Marceau taking all this money from him. This is another situation where Marceau has taken initial funds to create a project for somebody and didn't finish the project. Mel has said seasons ago, finish a project, finish a project. That's probably why they backed out of the business. The Holtz, when they were the Holtz, backed out of the business as early as they did and made him pay them back sooner than they probably would have, they probably would have let him, because you don't have good business practices. You're not finishing projects. You're taking people's initial deposits and not doing the work. So now you got other people having to pay other contractors. And y'all, I work in the construction industry. It costs you more money, okay, to pay somebody else to finish a project that somebody else started. One, because the new contractor now has to go back and figure out what this mofo probably effed up and take it out and fix it. Or you'll be lucky if they just can continue on. They trust the work that the previous person did and continue on from there. It's a clusterfuck. It really is. And every single day I see it. It happens all the time. You got to make sure that these people have, in Maryland, we always make sure somebody got an MHIC license, because when you have your construction license, your license people can sue you. Don't get these random people bringing business cards and putting it on your door and letting them do stuff to your house and to your business. You'll be SOL. Like Marcel seems to have left a couple people. So moving on, Marcel begins to talk about the Bet on Black event and how it's canceled. They're going to go ahead and cancel it because people have been saying that it's illegal gambling and all this, that, and the third. No, you're canceling it because now that it's out there, there's a spotlight on your butt cheek, okay? People are going to know that y'all out here scamming people. And there's really no people. See, here's the thing. The Scots are unbelievable. You really think that people are dumb. The audacity of them, in my opinion, this is a legend in my opinion, the audacity of them to think that you can keep putting on these events and they don't have to be organized. You don't have to go to the city and get permits to do these things. If you want to have a party like that where you are doing this with real money some kind of way, do you think that you don't have to ask for permission to do this stuff? You do. Because that is illegal gambling. You're not a casino for real. It's not like y'all are doing it with fake money. And I wanted to bring up, last episode, I didn't talk about this. Marsau, when they were doing those pictures on the iPhone with the friends, okay? They doing the pictures with the people on the iPhone in the video. Marsau says in his confessional, yeah, because all of this is on Tisha, this event. So yeah, we gotta if anything goes wrong, it's on her. You notice how he keeps on sprinkling little things in there, like if shit goes awry, it's on Tisha. It's on Tisha. I'm like, girl, do you not understand that this man is virtually setting you the fuck up? He's setting you up all the time. All the time. If this shit goes belly up, it's on Tisha. And you are on TV. You are being documented, constantly talking about how you the head honcho. I'm the big cheese over here. I own 85%, 89%. This week is 98%. We don't never know how much she owned in this damn business, but you own the most. So guess what? You gonna own all the bullshit too. And he making sure that he documents that every chance he gets on this TV show. Mark my words. if shit goes belly up, Tisha gonna be the one to get the short end of the stick. And it's sad because she's over here allowing him to set her up. So moving on, he's going on and on about how they gonna cancel. And people are they're all they're trying to do is help people. And people are constantly being haters and stopping them from their journey of doing good for the community. You haven't built not one house. I haven't seen you do. Y'all said y'all do construction commercial work. You've been doing storefronts. Y'all talked about hotels. I've never seen you doing houses. So now you're going to venture into something. And you even said one season when Marcel was trying to use your contractor's license, right? Your builder's license, if you will, which I don't even know if he has one. But he was over there soliciting Marceau to use his license because now him and Mel are not together, obviously. But he said, I've never done, I don't do houses. That's not my thing. I'm more into the commercial stuff, the larger projects. We don't really do that. So you said that to try to be a dick towards Martell, making it seem like you too big time to be doing houses. But now all of a sudden you're going to build houses to help the less fortunate. But that's not what you do. Y'all are full of shit. This was another way for y'all to scam people out of their money. And people see right through your BS. You don't have a track record of doing things correctly. Okay? So why would I trust you? What would make me, as a person that works hard every day for every dollar that I get deposited into my bank account, what would make me want to donate my hard-earned money to you? You haven't shown me any length of a track record of you finishing a project, doing charitable things in the community, right? Why am I giving you money again? I rest my case. Stop it. The city, the public, everybody is on your ass. They on your ass. Okay, so y'all, all these little get rich quick little schemes that y'all trying to do to scam people, asking people for $100 at the last minute at the expo. Mind you, you just did this expo where you scam people and they feeling some type of way that you asking them for money at the last minute. What makes you think I'm gonna come to a bet on black thing at your ragged ass restaurant? Why would I do that? I don't trust you. Nobody trusts y'all right now. Moving on. So Tisha begins to say, yeah, I totally understand the feeling because, Macy and Mila's website, I did got the website done, and she begins to go and cry a damn river. Cry me a river, dick face. Tisha, I am so tired of you and your crocodile tears. You are the epitome of a consistent victim. It's never your fault. It's always somebody else. This moment, she blaming the graphic designer. Like he just came out of him or her came out of thin air and said, you know what? I think Stormy, she got a good website over there. Let me go on over there and copy her real quick and put it real quick and put this on Tisha's website. She'll appreciate this. And I'm going to go ahead on and leave the email address on there too. Because she might want them to call Stormy for anything that's happening with her business. Girl, boo and bye to you and your bullshit. We don't have time for that, okay? You over here crying because you're embarrassed that you got caught. That's why your ass is crying. You constantly trying to see what sticks. With your podcast, with your speaking engagements, you talking about how you're getting speech lessons, but then you were trying to do speaking engagements previously. Do you believe that you have a problem with speaking or not? You are so committed to copying people that you are not willing to do the things that you need to do to better yourself. It's unbelievable at this point. The delusions of grandeur are insane with this couple. You copied the verbiage, Tisha. Stop lying. Now, we would appreciate it more if you would just admit it. Be like, you know what? I was trying to hurry up and get this website out because I really wanted to start making a profit from this business. And I made a mistake. I just felt like my girl Stormy had such a great business. I just went on and copied the verbiage from her website. And we would have probably laughed about it and been like, you know what? That's honest. Thank God you finally being honest about something. And you could have easily said, I had her and reach out to the web designer once somebody caught me and tell them to take her damn email off of there. Ain't that nothing? Next time I'm going to write it myself. I don't know why I did that. Be honest. But you just sat up here and jacked up somebody else's credibility that did your website. And Marcel even said, well, he even tried to give her an out, talking about, well, did you use the same person that did Stormy's website? Now, you know she didn't. Because clearly she couldn't afford to use the same person that did Stormy's website if you couldn't even afford to pay the damn person for a piece of copyright to do the damn shipping information for you, to type out something original. Hell, you could have went on AI and got something from there. You ain't have to go on Storm. That's how I know you're lazy. I'm like, Lord, Tisha, I don't feel sorry for you. You are a doe, a fawn in the woods all the time. But you want to get all boastful and you so gangster when it comes to mail. But you want to cry tears when people talk about you on the internet. And you want to sit up here and kiss Stormy's ass. Girl, bye. Bye. Sick and tired of it. I'm over it. So moving on, she continues to go on and on about people are always trying to interfere with her marriage and, you know, her business. And she's just getting tired of it. And Marcel says, just keep your head up, babe, and smacks on the butt as they leaving out. That's how he makes her feel better. Didn't come over there and hug her while she's crying. You know, didn't come and console her. Just telling her keep her head up. Like Tupac. Moving on. I don't care about Tisha crying. I don't. I'm so sorry. Not sorry. Because at this point, you are the captain of your tears. You really, really are. You are continuing to put yourself in positions where you are underachieving and getting caught. And you're mad that you're getting caught red-handed. Under freaking achieving. Do the work. Finish the project. Use the degree. How about that? Then maybe somebody can celebrate you with confidence. Do that. Moving on. Here we go at Kimmy and Maurice's house. They having a cookout. Stormy and Courtney show up with the yellow brick road truck. And Stormy gets out. She says, you really ain't going to come in here, Courtney? Courtney like, I really ain't going to come up in here. I told you, okay? I told you in the bed the other day. You know, the cameras was there. I can't, and I won't. So Stormy goes in there. Maurice and Kimmy welcome her. She's sitting down. They give her some ice and a drink and things, and they ask her, where is Courtney? She says, well, he's not going to come, but I'm going to take my plate. I'm taking my plate. And Maurice is like, that ain't how it works. You got to come in here. You got to face the music to get these ribs, okay? And she's like, nah. He just not really feeling your brother. He ain't feeling it. And Maurice is like, well, Marcel is over it. Like, you know, that y'all had y'all little talk back and forth. And I promise you, Marcel isn't even thinking about you. First of all, Maurice, you like the mess, okay? Anything to get the spotlight off of you and your wife and y'all lack of storyline. You want to hide behind your brother and his bullshit and his big mouth. That's what you want to do. So you thought that this whole cookout was going to be a whole Courtney and Marcel debacle. Anybody get into it but you. Anybody have a conversation and carry the show but you. Let's continue to ride other people's coattails. That's what you want to do. Okay? But Stormy deads all of that and says, you know what? My husband isn't here to defend himself. So I'm actually not going to talk about my husband. Keep my husband's name out your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay? Don't talk about my husband. Stormy, also you like to start a little bit of shit. That's what you like to do. So you going in there, you could have said anything. Oh, Courtney had a doctor's appointment. Something. Girl, let it. You ain't got to keep the lighting the match to the bullshit. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Moving on, Mel comes in there. I love how my girl Mel, she just like me. If you invite me over your house, I'm gonna come with a drink. I'm gonna show up with something because when y'all start complaining about this and that, we had to pay all this money for this and that, third, I'd be like, oh well, I brought stuff. I brought some contribution. Okay, that makes me feel good. That make me feel like that when you complaining, you ain't talking about me because I brought some stuff. Okay, I earned some keep. So Mel comes in there with drinks and gifts and all this stuff, and she ready to eat because my girl Mel in every scene she either eating or drinking and listening. Okay, she gonna have a meal. She gonna get something to entertain her and have a good time while she got to deal with these folks. So she's sitting down ready to play cards and whatnot, and her shirt says, "I'm on what you on." And Kimmy reads the shirt. She says, "Well, what you on?" And Mel said, "I'm on what you on." And Kimmy says, "Well, I'm on this grill." And Mel said, "Well, I ain't doing that. I'm about to go play some cards." And so I just cackled. I said, "This girl is hilarious." So Mel goes over there to eat, okay, and to sit down and play some cards. Here come Tisha and Marsau. They arrive and they sit down. And then we go, here we go with Jalen, okay? We see Jalen in the building. Shout out to Jalen, okay? I wants to hear from Jalen. I wants to know what he thinks about his stepdaddy constantly talking about his mama's vagina and she is battling for her life. I want to know that. I wants to know how he feels about how his mother is constantly being embarrassed on national TV by her bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair nowhere husband. Moving on. So speaking of Jalen, keeping him in the scene, Kiki and Amin walk onto the scene with the gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. They speak to Jalen and they go sit down. They're going over there to the table to speak to everybody, if you will. And Marcel comes in. I forgot before that. We got to talk about that. So Martel comes over and he speaks to everybody while they're playing cards. And he speaks directly to Mel and gives her a little tap on the shoulder. Hey, Mel. And Mel doesn't speak back. And Nell was like, in her confessional, because Nell looks over at Mel like, girl, why you ain't speak back to him? But in her confessional, she was like, yeah, there was times we didn't get a divorce, Fletch. But, there were times where I was mad at you and I didn't want to speak to your ass either. I see both sides. Now, I need you to see your way out of that. You and Chris used to be counsel for them, so you, of all people, should know. And this man just had you standing on the stand and you didn't want to in court. You didn't want to be in the middle of it. This man just had you in court to testify for him and his foolishness. And you think that this woman actually wants to speak to him? Let me tell you something. I'm not going to utter a piece of side breath for you, you dirty motherfucker, trying to take my kids from me. Unfucking believable. Knowing that I'm a good mother, there is absolutely no way that I am going to utter a sentence to you. I wouldn't spit on your ass if you was on fire. So don't you breathe a sentence to me. You lucky that Mel is even sitting in the same room with you. Don't speak to her or speak to her, but be okay with not being spoken back to. And when people don't, I saw people on Facebook talking about some, I think Mel being petty, like she needs to speak back. Y'all don't understand. This was being filmed during the time that they were still going through court. They're still going through court at this point. This revenge peace stuff has come out at this point. And you think that I am going to speak to you? You think that you are entitled to me uttering a word to you? You got me all the way fucked up, my nigga. You got me all the way around the corner, down to Benning Road, fucked up. Okay? You got me fucked up. Absolutely the fuck not. I will not be speaking to you. And you will want to not speak to me. Okay? You will want to not speak to me. Moving on. So here comes Kiki and Amin. Tisha is being the bitch that she likes to be often. And she, Kiki is speaking to her and she gets up. Amin, oh, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that you are here. Okay? She acting like she's so excited to see this man. I ain't never seen her speak to Amin before. You would have thought her and Amin were childhood. They were sandbox twins. And she was so happy to see her bestie. He was even looking like, oh, pineapples, I'm uncomfortable. You're a little too excited over here. A little too excited. Why are you so excited? So she hugs him. Then Kiki comes over and is like, hey, girl. And she does a little scoot, little pivot, okay? Doing a little juke move to get up out of there because she didn't want to talk to her. I'm like, now that's where you got right there at this moment around the corner and down the street is where you had me fucked up. That's exactly where you had me fucked up when you did all of that. Why are you doing a boot scooting boogie away from Kiki? Unbelievable. You did not have to do all of that. You're very childish, Tisha. All of that was unnecessary. And Kiki, all that you did after that was absolutely unnecessary as well. So Kiki begins, she's pissed. She's like, oh, she's so damn immature. Oh my God, unbelievable. So then she sits down and begins to start telling Stormy. She's like, "Did you hear about it? Yeah, and the XYZ girl, yeah, and yeah, somebody called me and they was telling me about the who what, and the boogity bounce and the bumpity bop and the threesome, and yeah, and they was scissoring and blah blah. You're doing too much. Reel it in, Kiki. What are you doing? What are you doing? Again, you had a conversation with Tisha previously. When she reached back out, it wasn't the way you wanted it to happen, right? Granted, it wasn't the way you wanted it to happen for her to meet with you and you to tell her what's going on. But she did call you. And during that conversation, she gave you every indication that she did not want to know. So in that moment, that's where I began to pay my tithes to the Mind Your Business ministry. Okay, I am the president. I'm the president. Me, Shay Renee, I am the president of the Mind Your Business ministry, which they ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, I don't want to be a part. I'm not about to come back and be a damn reporter and tell you, especially those two a motherfucker that don't want to know. Okay, okay. That was so overly produced, that scene right there. Kiki, somebody put the battery up in her back and it was energizing. She keeps going and going and going. Stormy was sitting there like, girl, what? Girl, the fuck? Girl, what? Girl, what? What are you talking about, girl? Hello? I was just playing spades. I was running to Boston. I don't understand. The two hearts, the diamonds. I don't understand. So Kiki snatches the cards out of Stormy's hand and she throws them at Marsau and Tisha because she's like upset at this point that they are royally ignoring her. I got to say this. The Scott's ignore game, it's on 1,000. It's like borderline scary. Y'all are that good at avoiding your reality? Y'all are that good at avoiding having difficult conversations. Y'all are that good at lying and staying away from the truth. Because at this point, y'all could have easily engaged and had that conversation with her and deaded that situation. But y'all are so good at working together to lie and avoid telling your real truth and living your real life that you have somehow emotionally manipulated Tisha so much, Marcel, that she is okay with being delusional right along with you. She's sitting right here going with the flow, going with the program. It's unbelievable. It's actually very scary how much at what lengths she is willing to go through to not have to deal with the fact that this man is out here dick diving and Lord knows who, allegedly. You look dumb. And Kiki, you look dumb too, because you sitting over here being pressed to tell somebody some information. Number one, that you've already said in the conversation with Mel that you shared with her. So the fact that you sitting here telling Stormy all of this stuff and yelling about it in front of, now I get it, your little feelings was hurt because Tisha did that little bob and weave move to get away from you. She was pivoting better than a football player to get away from you, to not have to talk to you, right? I get it. That was disrespectful as fuck, okay? But sitting there telling the girls business or something like this is unbelievable. You doing team too much. And Stormy was like, why don't you guys just go and have a conversation? I'll get my bowl with a stick in it and we can talk about it. She ain't say that. But I can imagine Stormy feels like there's some way to have a conversation where, it can just all be talked about and they'll be good. No, this is deep rooted between these two cousins. They have been battling and competing against each other since they were children. And they're fighting to be together. That's the crazy part. Y'all are fighting so hard to be close, yet pushing each other away. Y'all really love each other. You really do. But y'all are so busy in competition with each other that trumps any synchronicity that y'all could ever have. And it's really sad. It really, really is. Because y'all look just a damn like. Y'all really could have really been a dynamic duo on this show. But Tisha has she utilizes, let me say this, y'all. Tisha utilizes Kiki's addiction to feel like she's won the battle over her. Because all your life you had to fight to try to be better than Kiki. Everybody is comparing you to Kiki. Kiki has made the blueprint, for this is what it should be like. She's your older cousin. She's setting the foundation. She's doing this. She's excelling in school. She's amazing. But then Kiki falls on hard times and now she has an addiction and she has to go through that. So now Tisha, I'm a successful business person. I'm on TV now. I'm doing better than you. Finally, I win. And you want to keep shoving that down Kiki's throat. And Kiki she don't want to choke it down anymore. She's tired of pivoting around your babyish emotions, your childish ways. She's tired of it. So now she's acting out in ways that are not likely. You sitting here basically dumbing yourself down to her level by doing this stuff. I wouldn't have been doing any of that. I wouldn't have been sitting there telling Stormy, I get it, it's TV. Y'all trying to make it interesting. But then she goes ahead and proceeds to throw a drink on Tisha because that's how frustrated she is that Tisha is not giving her what she wants to be given. And at that point, I would have ignored Tisha's ass. I would have said if you want to do all of that, say what you need to say and walk off. Walk off. I would have left the cookout Because what you're not going to do is sit here and be disrespectful to me, pivot around me, hug my husband, and do all of that. So then after she throws the drink on Tisha, now Marcel wants to, now you know I'm sitting here. Now you want to pay me some attention, right? So he goes over there and, you know, tells Maurice, get her the fuck out of here. You know what? She need a drug test. Why did you need to say that? Huh? Y'all don't support Kiki and her sobriety. Y'all are continuously, slickly using that as a way to try to get her off of the show because they're threatened by her. Kiki knows some shit that's going on with them that they don't want nobody to know. Kiki is the key to their truth, and they don't like it. They don't like the fact that she's close with Mel and that she has the ability to debilitate their whole stupid storyline. She has the key to their truth, and they don't like it. So now you want to keep on harping on this addiction. Now you're not thinking about the fact that you could potentially ruin this lady's life and get her into a relapse situation from stress or whatever. And not to say that's okay. She has to be the captain of her own sobriety. Kiki even said that she doesn't even have a sponsor yet. I think because she's still technically going through the recovery process, right? But Kiki has to be the captain of her own sobriety. And I get that. So we can't blame anybody else if she relapses. It's a choice, right? We all have choices in life. But as her family that's supposed to love her, you her cousin, why are you allowing your husband to keep on saying this stuff? So then when he says that, Amin is activated at this point. He's like, okay, all right. When we was on the other side of the tracks at this little slop food session with your mama Tisha, I ain't say shit. But now, Marsau, I'm about to get in your ass, baby. I'm about to get in your ass. Because what you're not about to do is keep on talking about my wife's addiction. Okay? And I can imagine as a spouse, watching her go through that had to be unbelievably hurtful for him. She's going through that and they have children at this point. So this man he's losing his partner and raising the children. Who God knows what she was doing to get these said pills, to just all in the name of stopping the pain that she was feeling inside of her body. And you as the spouse are struggling. A man is a fixer, right? Men always, if they love you, right? If they really care about you, they are always looking to fix the situation. And I can tell that man loves his wife and it's hurting him that he can't fix her. He thinks that there's a quick fix, like, oh, just get off the whatever the drug she on now, methadone. Just stop doing that. And we're gonna exercise and you just do this and do that. We're gonna eat healthy and juice and all this. He's talking about all this stuff while he frying chicken in that one episode, but I digress. But nevertheless, he loves his wife and wants to fix it. And it hurts him that he can't fix it. And then here we go with this jackass Marcel bringing it back up on camera, talking shit. So that man was moving mountains to get to Marcel's ass, okay? He was ready to whoop his ass. And Marcel, now you wasn't doing all that stuff that you was doing with Martel. Because I think he know Amin probably would have whooped his ass. But that was that for the episode, y'all. Now we have next week where Marcel trying to be smart. And he is talking about, they end up having a conversation about Stormy's friend. And she gets emotional and walks off. I want to see that. I want to see that. Okay? Because I think Courtney is about tired of Marcel and his foolishness. I'm going to read some of y'all comments before I get out of here. But y'all know we always reserve the comments for the Who Said That segment. And I play y'all comments, the top comments rather, in the video. And we talk about it, okay? And I give y'all my one-on-one view of what you said, okay? My girl Relly is in the building. What up, Relly? She says, it seems he was strong-armed into giving her the Jeep that she wanted. Why is everything about what he wants? It's truly sickening. Absolutely, really. Like, I just don't understand why does Maurice base everything around himself? It's like, sir, really? Really? Listen to your wife. Listen to your wife, because it's not always all about you. Justine, but thank you so much for commenting. Justine Marie says Kimmy is turned off by her husband. That's why he's not getting none. He's insensitive and he don't listen. But that's what Kimmy married, child. Absolutely. Okay, you right. Justine Marie says something is wrong with Maurice. Honestly, like not in a good way. Yeah, I know it is something wrong with him. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He thinks that, first of all, you smarter than a doctor. Now you telling her that it's all emotions and it's all in her head. Okay, she's just making this up. Yet she was fighting for her life. This ain't no cold and I'm sick for a week and I'm just bedridden and or I just gotta take my fluids. No, this is a life-threatening thing that was in her body. And you trying to tell me it's all in my head. Boy, go sit down somewhere. Sexy Chocolate 215, what up, what up? Says, but then them bums busy trying to sell her repackaged products. Right. Talking about Stormy and Tisha. Yeah, I don't know what gives with that. I don't know what's going on with Stormy and Tisha behind the scenes, if they're like business partners for real or if they're not, and Stormy is just like, girl, stop copying me. I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right. Something ain't clean in the water. Okay. A bit stay when it says Stormy's original labels were messed up, remember? That's why they had to go into relabel. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, well, what the heck Tisha got to do? Like, why is she still, why you copying her? That lets you know you don't do your research. And if you had to talk to Stormy, I'm pretty sure Stormy would have said, girl, don't use that. That's when we messed up. Ciao. QT says not spotlight on the butt cheeks. DC, y'all know it. I'm a DC girl through and through, born and raised. Okay, spotlight on the butt cheeks. Okay, go song. You know it. You know it. Okay, thank you for bringing it up. I forget that y'all know where I'm from and y'all highlight that at times. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Gwendolyn Love says I think Maurice is lying about being a sex addict. He First of all, let me say this. Maurice don't have enough stamina to be able to get it up like that. He look at it's given erectile dysfunction. That's what it's given to me. I don't even think homeboy can get it up like that. Allegedly, in my opinion. Okay. The real VB says she never comes empty handed. I do the same. Common courtesy. Yes, sis. I always go to an event. I don't go empty handed. And if I do have to go empty handed, I'm like, because you know how we do when we in the car, putting the card in the damn gift and shit. I'll say, what's your cash app? I'm gonna cash app you some money for it, whatever. I couldn't stop at the store. If I have to sacrifice being on time, I have to be on time to something and I didn't have time or I didn't pre-plan ahead, but I've done better. Like I've even stockpiled gift bags in a section in my house and different little things that I can just put together to make a quick gift. Or I always have wine or something and throw it in a wine bag and take it somewhere. You always got to be ready with the little things. It's the little things, okay? The real VB says that damn Marcel, I was so pissed when he touched Mel. I'm glad she didn't give him no energy, bum ass. Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks that he deserves any type of communication from Mel. Any type of communication whatsoever. I don't get it. Like, sir, knock it off. Just stop. QT says, baby, Martell was so pressed to get Mel's attention. She paid him dust. Okay. As she should have. Absolutely as she should have. Okay. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Real VB, QT, and really, y'all are in the building, okay? AMI 16 says the barber has said that Stormy told Kiki about the whole rumor first. So the fact that Stormy tried to play oblivious was whack to me. What? So Stormy told Kiki about the whole rumor with the threesome situation. Unbelievable. This, you know what? That is so played. That is so played out. Unbelievable. Child. Stormy full of crap. That's probably why she was looking at her like that. Like, girl, why are you talking about it? And then Kiki, why are you retelling Stormy? So that lets me know that you were being even messier. You are super messy. Lawson Blair says they were talking to Stormy because they were playing a card game before Kiki came in and wanted some drama. See, child, a mess. And I'm like, y'all just was talking trash about Stormy, but now you sitting over here playing a card game with her like y'all the best of friends. All of these people full of shit. Okay, just full of shit. Lizzie Calhoun says Kiki had every right to tell Tissue's business on national TV, just like her cousin Tissue didn't have a problem telling Melody and Marcel that her personal business. I get what you're saying, Lizzie, but I think that everything is, there's a time and a place for a lot of stuff. You got to have some couth with certain things. Like my thing is the way that Kiki did it, it was just very unprompted. You get what I'm saying? Like I could see if they were in a situation where she was, somebody was talking about it or whatever, and she said something. You were unprompted. Stormy was sitting there playing a game, and you just start belly aching about, emptying your soul about Tisha. But y'all already talked about it. I could see if it was because y'all really didn't have y'all didn't have a conversation and she didn't know, and you were just trying to tell her, right? But y'all had talked about it. So now you were just doing it out of anger and just being nasty. And I didn't like that context. I didn't like the way, me personally, I thought it was distasteful the way that she did it at that moment. You can bring it up for sure, but you gotta have some tact with it a little bit, if that makes sense. Um, but maybe we'll expound upon that in the Who Said That video. My girl Miss B is in the building. What up, Miss B says? She says, baby, when Kiki hit that water across the table, it was like she created a new Olympic sport because the precision of it all. Child, did y'all see how that I was tempted to take pictures. I feel like production, that was a scheme that production set up to set Kiki up for the bullshit. Y'all see how Stormy's cup, watch that scene again. Her cup just kept inching and inching and inching closer and closer to Kiki. I'm like, did y'all tell her to smack this cup over there? But that thing, even if that was made up, she did a great job because baby, the strike of it all, the strike, it was there, and it hit, it landed. Lawson Blair says Kiki is acting out because she has some underlying issues, regardless of their history. As intelligent and educated as Kiki says she is, she should have been way more in control of her emotions. Okay, I get it, Lawson. I definitely get it. I think that here's the thing. I think we not saying you do, but I feel like a lot of people are saying that, Kiki is going through something where she may be relapsing or is something controlling her emotions. I do think that the withdrawals or whatever is happening inside of Kiki's body is um is in play with some of the reactions that she has, right? Um but I think that the issues that she has with Tisha, she's just plain fed up. She's tired of her, and she's tired of Tisha getting away with bullshit. And I think we all tired of that, honestly. Miss B says doctors write prescriptions for meds that they know are addictive, and then once people are, they blame the patient. Your body don't know why you're taking a drug; it just craves the drug you gave it. And I agree, Miss B. I think that should be that's a problem in society. Period. I had a coworker that was prescribed a medication and became addicted to it, and because they had severe back pain, and the back pain was just so excruciating, and then they cut the individual off from the medication, and then eventually they started to, really, they really needed it because the pain was so bad. They were looking for some sort of relief in any kind of way because it was so excruciating. And then they went to a life, their life turned for the worse, trying to constantly find a remedy for this pain. And doctors are to blame for that. And it's really because they don't really know how to fix the human body naturally. They don't research that. They don't take time in doing that, because you make more money on the medications, not in the cure. They don't make money keeping people healthy. They're not going to tell you about an echinacea herb or some elderberry or some sea moss gel or hell, you name it. It's all types of herbs out here. They're not going to tell you mullein leaf is probably the best thing for a cold. They're not going to tell you pineapples, the bromelain in the pineapple is actually a natural cough medicine. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you all of the things from the earth that are really going to help you, because that's inexpensive. They can't make a whole bunch of money off of fruits and herbs, but they damn sure can make a whole multi-billions of dollars off of medications. So there's that. Justine Marie says, is Tisha going to address coleslaw saying that her husband gave her money and etc.? Child, that'll probably be next season, because you know that stuff probably happened after the season wrapped, right? So who knows, child. As Huntsville turns, it's always something. The real VB says, I feel the same as I did when Mel finally let loose on Marcel on IG. Enough is enough, okay? That part, period, okay? And last but not least, QT says, when Mel finally addressed coleslaw, she was fed the fuck up, okay? And that's that on that, all right? Thank y'all so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow. I will have my Who Said That for last week's episode, okay? And then Tuesday, tune in to the Unbiased Opinion panel with me and my girl Sean. We will be right here on this channel, okay? And then Wednesday, I'm gonna try to have up the Who Said That for this video, okay? And in the meantime, whatever pops up, we might just be hopping on here and talking again, all right? But thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.